It should be live. Can all you guys hear me? Is the stream lagging? Popping out the chat here. It says it's lagging for some reason. Okay. The stream is a bit choppy. Now the question is, why is it choppy? It shouldn't be. The direct does not start for another hour and 10 minutes. Why is it choppy? I'm gonna fix this somehow. Yep. Upload speed is at 900 megabits per second, so it's definitely not that. It's not the internet. So why else would I be having issues? This makes no sense. I don't understand. Why? Why is it doing this? All right. Hello, can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me, but for some reason, the stream is lagging. Give me a second here. One moment. It's going to cut out for a second, but I'll be right back. Okay. Hopefully we're back live in the moment here. I should be back. Is it lagging now? It seems like it's a little better. But is it lagging? Are we lagging or are we completely clean? Seems better. Is there any lag? You're afraid to say it's better? What does that mean? So you got some lag. So the video's still being awkward. Alright. I'm just gonna start. Please don't lag. Please don't lag. Please don't lag. I hope it doesn't lag. Looks green so far. Really hoping for no lagging. I'm hoping it's everything's... Oh, I don't know. Still kind of... I don't know. I'm back, but is it working? Is it working? Seems fine. Still some lag. Man, why? Why is it lagging? I don't understand. Like, I have zero understanding of why it's lagging. I have 900... I have 900 up. Like, that's impossible. Has it stopped lagging? I mean, it looks fine from here. Just lagged for 0.5 seconds. But is it back? Maybe it's a YouTube thing? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't seem laggy for you. It's better. Alright. I don't know. It's still being weird. It's still being weird. Still being weird. Man, I just want to talk about Mario Kart right now, but I'm like too worried about this lag. It's definitely better. Okay. All right. If there's issues, I'm gonna be paying attention to chat. Let me know if there's any issues. But if you guys say it's working better, I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm putting on the headset. Very good. Okay. So, welcome everyone. This is AndresRestart. We're doing a little bit of a Mario Kart World Direct pre-show. We're going to be talking about the game, talking about what we might see. Hopefully I can go in and do a little bit of analysis on the trailers and the treehouse in the meanwhile. I kind of want to do a little bit of that. So yeah, hopefully we can just talk about this and everything looks and runs fine. So how's the background music? Is it too loud? Is it even audible? I'm not sure. Let me know how things are sounding. Like, 'cause I have Beat Block Skyway playing in the background, which I feel like is a nice, it's a good atmosphere for this Mario Kart World Direct pre-show. So let me know if you guys can hear the music in the background. I didn't talk about going live with Brandon today, so unless he I don't think so. It's just me today. All right, so music levels are good. Okay, thank you, Fonto. I appreciate you. Thank you, Ken K. Steven Guy, thank you. Okay, Simon, everything's great. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. So, we got a Mario Kart World Direct coming up. I had everything set up already just to look at it, but I restarted everything because it wasn't working at first. Let's see here. Nintendo. I'm looking for the stream. I have it up and ready. Alright. So the setup is very simple setup. I think one of the reasons why I'm a little anxious about there being some lag or dropped frames is because I was actually testing a 4K setup before, and yeah, that didn't work. I saw a lot of, when I was testing it last night, I saw a lot of lagging, so I just decided to just go back to normal. And so under normal settings, there should be no issues, you would think. So eventually this is going to pop up and you'll still see my little face here, and the rest of the screen will just be the direct. But this, we got 57 minutes, and then we'll be good to go. But meanwhile, hello. So, what? Oh, it's right. Never popped out the chat. I was looking for the chat. I was like, where'd chat go? Yeah, NTZV. I did change all the settings back to how they were before, as far as I'm aware. Yeah. So should be this. I didn't change too much. I just changed the resolution. That's it. I mean, did I change anything? I mean, I did change the bitrate as well, but I changed that back too. So outside of that, I don't think I changed anything else because I am using OBS. Yeah, I just have 1080p 60 as I normally do for my live streams. I did mess with audio. But I don't think audio would make that much of a difference. Well, like I said, you guys said everything's working, right? So as long as everything's working. So, all right. All right, here we go. So, what do we think we're going to see in the Direct? What do we think is going to be there? I think we're going to learn about battle mode. That's kind of like the thing I think is going to be a little interesting. I mean, they're probably going to tell us more about free roam. Maybe there's a little bit of a missions challenge thing involved. I don't think there's going to be like a story mode per se. Because I feel like whatever they offer, you're going to be able to do for both single and multiplayer. If you choose to play it on your own, sure. Basically what I'm saying is I think there's going to be a lot to do in this game, but you can do it by yourself or with friends or with computers. Like, you're going to have those options. It's not going to be a traditional story mode where there's going to be a story, and like, I think it's just going to be like a mission or challenge mode. So that's my expectation. And I kind of talked about this yesterday, but here, Treehouse. So this would be a good test for the actual stream.
In this world, that you can start to get an idea of when you no longer have the pressure of racing behind you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Like there's sections up.
let's show this, and then I'll mute this for a second, for a little bit. So testing this out in the chat. Where's chat? Chat, I need you. I'm nothing without you. Okay. So what I want to show here, right?
Here, I discovered when I was in free roam mode.
Well, you know what? We could do this. I don't need to hear them talk. There we go. So I really like looking at the free roam because I feel like I can notice some cool things. Like, for example, all right, my spacebar is in the wrong place. Check this out. Look at the mini map right here. Can you guys see this? Is all visible? Yeah, it's visible. It should be visible. So you see right there, it's a flat question item block. You see it on the mini map, right? It's under this bridge. Should be totally visible when we pass by, but it will not be if I gather correctly. Oh no, it's visible. It is visible. It's right there on the floor. Okay. So what happens when you land on this? By the way, also there's a P-switch. So we're probably going to see what these things do during the Direct. Initially, I thought this would not be visible because I thought it was going to be like an invisible question block that you can hop into. Might still be like that, but you have, I don't know, I feel like you just got to land on it now. I'm not sure. However, this P-switch here, that I think when you bop into it, I'm going to think that it's going to create like a blue coin trail. And so what's going to happen is that you're going to see blue coins in front of you, and you're going to have to actually race to hit as many coins as possible. And they're going to, like, you know, it's going to be like a little bit of an obstacle course or a challenge whenever you hit that P-switch. That's what I kind of think it'll be. The question item block thing, I don't know. I'm not sure what that'll be. That's a mystery. It's a big question. So that's gonna be cool. Outside of that, what else could they do within the free roam to make it more interesting? See, we saw another one of those question blocks. When he jumps down here, see right there, and there's also coins there. So like, there's a lot of stuff. They want you to kind of just like jump around. Another question is, a lot of coins in this game, more than double, right, than Mario Kart 8. And so I also wonder, like, okay, what kind of what is that? What are we gonna use those coins for? I'm very curious on. Let me move this over here so I can see the stats of the stream off to the side. Yeah, I'm very curious, what that's gonna be. Kieran Buick, do you think the Nintendo live stream will have drop the price all over? I would like to think that it's gonna be less than initially. I feel like that should have gone down a little bit, but I think it will be there. I don't know if it'll be the entire thing, but it will definitely be there. Actually, what did I do? Did I? Oh, I guess I did. Yeah. Okay. Let's check the chat. All right, let's see. Are people saying drop the price? Get a job? The price is right. Drop the... Bro, raise the price. Yo! Drop the pre-order, drop the price, raise the price. So, what's interesting... obviously we got 49 minutes left. Raise the price. Bro, that's hilarious. Raise the price? That's funny, bro. That'd be hilarious if it's gonna be like a raise the price, drop the price like battle. That's just gonna be hilarious. Raise the price. Oh man, I'm sorry I'm trolling. Oh, slow mode is on. Yo, they're not gonna let me spam. That's hilarious. Man, I'm dying. That is funny. Wow. Raise the price. Keep the price. Karen, there you go. Keep the price. Yeah. Keep the price. That's keep the price. Oh, I still can't do it. I gotta wait 13 seconds. All right. Oh, well, I'm not gonna actually dwell on that. That's fine. There was something I had saw. I don't know. So I was watching someone else play Mario Kart. And I thought what they showed looked really cool. Like, they got some really interesting angles I had not seen before. I want to see if I can pull it up. I'm trying to look through my history, though. I've watched way too many YouTube videos to keep up. Actually, no, that's something else. That's something else. Can I find it? It was a fun video. Oh, there it is. Okay, I did find it, actually. Alright. So, I don't know if you guys are aware of this YouTube channel, AndresRestart, right? They like doing challenges, right? I never liked the video. I'm a terrible person. But I did actually enjoy his video. And so, they have some pretty good Mario Kart gameplay, and I saw a few interesting things, like just seeing Cal. I keep referring to Cal as Moo, like that's my nickname for Cal, Moo. I know it's not too crazy, but they had some pretty awesome gameplay. There was some things that popped up during their gameplay that I was a bit surprised to see. Some of it was for Donkey Kong Bonanza though, because they showed different games here. But there's a part where I think it's in free roam. So I'm gonna just skip to the free roam here. Let's see, where's free roam? They were playing Mario Kart. Okay, here it is. I think it's over here. Or maybe I'm confusing it with a different video. I'm not sure. Let's see. Take a look at their gameplay here. All right, so I mean we are in the water area. So I don't know. This would be it. Alright, so I saw something wild in this gameplay segment. I mean, you should be able to read that text. So right now they're in a challenge to they gave themselves only 60 seconds to find water. Right? This is a self-imposed challenge, right? It's not part of the game. So they jump in. Okay. They jump in. There's a spaceport. Am I just wrong? Maybe. No. Wait, hold on. There it is. There it is. The dragon right there. That's what I wanted to show you. So that's what I want to show you. The dragon up close. Well, there's actually something else going on here too that's very interesting. So, or the sea serpent. Like, because the other day we were debating, is this a dragon or a sea serpent? We saw it far off into the distance. Now it's not far off into the distance. It's, you know, it's right there. It's got like almost like a crabby like mouth. It's got little wings for ears. That's it. That's all we can see from it. The other random thing I was pointing out here. Look at those big lips. There's something in the air here. I think it's just an item block. But it's kind of neat how they just kind of, you know, float down even when you're on top of water. So, cool stuff. That was it. That was the thing I wanted to show from this channel. Cool stuff there. Yeah. Drop the price. Keep the price. Alright. Let's come back to my face for a little bit. So, what are we most excited about to see in this direct? Steven Guy, you're excited for the wave race physics. I am as well. Now, I don't think that the wave racing mechanics are like excuse me. Like that to that level of wave race. I keep sneezing. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. I got confused. I have my chat here, but then I also have the Nintendo of America chat right next to me. And I saw it just exploding. I was like, oh my god, what happened? Yeah, but I'm excited for the wave race mechanics. I was just simply saying that I don't think they're going to be as nuanced as wave race, right? I mean, wave race is built all around the wave physics. But there are some wave physics in this game, and that's going to be interesting. It looks like it is a different experience when you're on the water. And so waves do play a role, and that's going to be fun. I mean, I've even seen, we talked about this the other day, like a blue shell comes in, right? That blue shell causes an explosion on the water. It causes a big wave. And so the environment just changed dynamically based off explosions and items and such, right? So it looks like explosions will cause big waves that you can kind of jump upon or jump from. They could do a little bit of trick, get a boost. I wonder what happens if you don't jump. Does it push you back a little bit? So it is interesting what they got going on with the water mechanics. Karen, yeah, telling Nintendo to drop the price for anything is like telling a brick wall to move an inch. That's totally true. That's exactly what's going to happen. Nothing. So if you say keep the price, you might win. I love that it's like a battle now. Drop the price, raise the price, keep the price. Choose your side. It's like a Splatfest. Speaking of which, I think that's an interesting talking point. Is this game going to be like a little bit of a live service or like Splatoon, where there are going to be continued online updates? Will there be events that they will hold? I would love to have like, you know, a Splatfest regular event in Mario Kart World. I think that would be really cool. How do you go about doing that? Well, I think about what we saw in Mario Kart for Nintendo Wii. There were like these weekly online events where it'd be some sort of challenge that people do together. Sometimes it was a boss fight, and it would be unique content you could only see during this event. And so I found that neat. I did it a few times. It would be nice to see something like that in Mario Kart World. It doesn't have to be once a week. It could be once a month. Some sort of challenge event that you can jump in with others and take on. I think that would be cool. Now, issue with that is that, you know, that's content they're kind of only using for this online event, right? It might be just nice just to have a whole slew of different types of interesting events going on that we can have access the entire time. Like that would, you know, that would be cool. So, yeah. I would like to see something going on. If it's not, if they do have like the challenges, I mean, it would just be nice if they just added more. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like, just do more stuff. Keep it going. Give me a second here. I mean, the game is $80. Having paid DLC at first, I think, would be a bad idea. Something. Beholder Monster. Next month, I'll end up paying for the graphics card on my credit card, and I'll be able to join your channel again. That'll be awesome. I look forward to that. Fonto, double the price. It's hilarious. Granddaddy Otaku. I'm excited to see them drop the price and then raise the price. There you go. Yeah, the bundle price is pretty good, Beholder Monster. Mario Kart World for $50 is not that bad. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, when you take into account the bundle, like, it's actually a pretty good deal. I think the bundle's a pretty good deal, because we already assumed the console would be at least $400, right? I mean, yeah, I kind of predicted it would be like a flat 400, but I also wasn't predicting that they would be going for a 120 FPS screen. So I feel like I'm getting more from the screen. And, you know, if Mario Kart World is a $70, $80 game, you get that all for $500. Like, that's not... I don't feel like I'm being ripped off, you know, for that price. I feel that price seems fair. The bundle. Now, the one issue is that it's digital in most regions. The Mario Kart World Switch 2 bundle, I do kind of want to have the physical version of that. And in order to do that, at least here in the States, it's going to cost me an extra $30. So, yeah. Oh, Alma, I'm just seeing your chat earlier about ground pounding. Ground pounding the item block spots, that would be interesting. I doubt it, but what if? What if that's a secret mechanic? That would be so cool. Sky Sword Alyssa. I hope maybe we see some overworld bosses that once we defeat, we either unlock a character, cart, or something really cool that would justify wanting to go fight the boss. That's a really good idea. Like, I've been thinking there'd be some kind of boss fight mode or like a challenge mode where you do fight these bosses in a team. But to see unlocks from these bosses like that, like I didn't really think that far into it. That would be nice. Because there are a lot of enemies and creatures in this game, more so than any other Mario Kart game. It does seem like, you know, yeah, there's got to be something going on there with that. Clearly, they have plenty of material to do boss fights. How will it work in the game? That maybe we'll see that during this direct. Fonto, they need to avoid speaking about any future content drops if they aren't free to avoid the pro clutching reaction videos. I agree. Yeah. Granddaddy Otaku, so I heard they're turning off the chat. Guess we won't be seeing those beautiful drop up. Right, yeah. I mean, there it is. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy, dude. Alright, let's take a look at some more treehouse footage. Let's see. Yeah, let's look at this one. Let's see if we can spot anything interesting. So I do expect to see more than 50, 100, and 150. Actually, it's nothing too crazy here, right? But I do want to point out a couple things, actually. All right. So they're about to do a Grand Prix, right? So they're about to do a Grand Prix, and we are fairly certain there is going to be one more Grand Prix, because right here you can see it. I mean, you can see this part of the map. We've already seen it leaked that there is a rainbow road that appears right here above the water. And so there's currently a 29 known tracks on the map, but because of Nintendo Korea, they accidentally leaked that Rainbow Road will be here as well. And so it's believed that the final tracks for this continent, I presume for the base game, is 30. And so if there's another race here, and we only have 7 Grand Prix that all are accounted for already, to me that says there's at least one more Grand Prix, which I think makes sense. There should be at least 8 Grand Prix. There's always been at least 8 main core Grand Prix. And, I mean, if you look at it, we have all the standards except for what? Special Cup. So I do think there is a Special Cup. There's an 8th Grand Prix. And so you look at the screen here, they could fit another one. They would have to scale these down a little bit, looks like, but they could fit another one. Now, continuing, in this next screen here, those are just all basic control stuff. Nothing too crazy there. I do like how all the cars look. They all look awesome. As they continue here, I mean, so they do different maps. This is what I want to point out. Because we have evidence of Rainbow Road, that's why I feel more confident predicting a Special Cup. Also, because there's always been a Special Cup, and there's not one yet. That's safe. The Grand Prix, though, we only have 50, 100, and 150 so far. I want to see 200cc, and I want to see Mirror. We've always gotten Mirror as well. 200cc is a recent offering with Mario Kart 8. I hope that's also in this game as well. To be honest with you, I'd be very, very disappointed if we don't also get 200cc. And clearly, there is space for it. But I'm going to go a step further. Not only do I think they should have 200cc and Mirror Mode, I think they should have a 200cc Mirror Mode. Because Mirror Mode only works at 150cc in Mario Kart 8 and prior games. It's always Mirror Mode's always been 150cc. It just reversed. I want to see 150cc. I want to see Mirror Mode for all the CCs, including 200. I mean, listen, if you don't want to do it for 50 or 100, I that's fine. But yeah, give it both. I want to see both. So yeah. It just makes so much sense, and it's kind of weird when you think about it. Like, they have 200cc, they have Mirror Mode, which bolsters the amount you can do with the game, right? But they don't combine 200cc and Mirror Mode. They should have. That's a whole other thing we could have done that they just didn't do, and I'm sure would have taken minimal effort, because they've already programmed the game to handle 200cc. The tracks handle 200cc. They've already handled the tracks working in Mirror Mode, right? I'm talking about Mario Kart 8. Why can't they do both? I mean, it's conceivable that there could be an issue, but I feel like whatever issue there might be, it can't be that significant. So, definitely feel like that should be a part of this game. I've lost the chat. There we go. Yeah, Harry Myers, I am dying to see the dragon again today. I want another look. Kieran, 500cc. Now that'd be wild. I feel like 200 is the limit. I mean, maybe they could do a 250cc. Maybe. Maybe. But I am skeptical. I'm pretty skeptical. How's the quality of the stream, by the way? Is everything looking high resolution? Are the frames still dropping? Because I'm looking at my end, it seems like things have been running relatively well. I still see a little bit of like some weird like stuff, but like the drop frames has reduced dramatically, looks like. So, you know, I'm only using 6 to 8% of my CPU, so I don't know why there would be issues, but just kind of curious how the stream has been going so far. No frame drops, what up? Thank you. High res, what up? Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for letting me know. Granddaddy Otaku. I realize tax is never counted when people think of the price, but technically the tax would raise the price of the bundle by $20 roughly, so it would mean you're paying $450 for the console and $70 for the game. I guess that depends what region we're talking about, but yeah, I mean, whenever we talk about price here, at least in the United States, we don't mention taxes because taxes vary by state. So yeah, that's, and I personally don't like the argument people have made. It's like, oh, you know, you're not counting taxes. Right. We never do. That is, I feel that's a goal. That's a very clear goalpost moving situation. Like, that's never been part of the conversation or the narrative when discussing game prices. Like, yes, I mean, there are other regions that have to deal with different pricing situations, but the reason why the price has become a big conversation this time around is because there's been a change to the pricing structure, specifically in the United States, right? The $80 price tag, right? Which people were initially saying $90, which is never true. Yes, there is a $90 euro price tag elsewhere, right? But not here, because we don't do euros, right? We do American dollars, so USD. It's different. And 80 is higher than the typical 70, which is high, which, you know, go back a few years, it used to be 60. Now, you go back to the 90s, some games were 80, 90, 100, 110 bucks. Like, games in the 90s were way more expensive. Cartridges were a thing. Prices have been able to go down because we moved on over to discs and such, and obviously standards changed. And now they're kind of going back up again, even though, for the most part, it isn't cartridge. I mean, actually, and maybe this is part of where a little bit of confusion lied, because the digital version of Mario Kart World is in the Switch 2 bundle in most regions, right? Not the physical version. It's some regions get the physical, and I'm jealous of that. Like, yeah, digital is cheaper for Nintendo, so it's easier for them to get away with a $50 price tag for Mario Kart World embedded into the Switch 2 bundle, right? 80 for the physical version. I mean, it's probably more expensive, so kind of makes sense. But also, we did the cartridges aren't too different from how they were in Switch 1. So I don't know if that's really the main reason why they're raising the price. I think it's just a cost of development, and because they think they can get away with it. And that casts it in a negative light, and some people probably will choose to see it in a negative light, but at the end of the day, it's supply and demand, right? Like, if you put a price for a game and people don't buy it, then it wasn't a good price. But if you put a price for a game, people continue to buy it, then the market speaks for itself, is basically it, right? Like, I think that's kind of the beautiful thing of, like, business, right? It's just, you put a price and people decide if it's worth it. That's really it. If people don't buy it, then you know it wasn't worth it. It's that simple. And so what's a little wild about this though is that Nintendo never drops the prices for their games. Never is a strong word, but very rarely do they drop the prices for their games. They usually maintain value for years later. And so I think sometimes people see the Mario Kart World is at 80, like, oh no, it's gonna stay 80. I think that is part of the concern, because people know Nintendo, and Nintendo does not. Yeah, they don't lower their prices, not really. Now, can there be sales? Yeah, they got sales going on and stuff. So, yeah. Alma, I just don't want Zelda or Mario to become 80 as well. That is an interesting thing to bring up. So, I kind of think they will be, to be honest with you. We'll see, right? Donkey Kong Bonanza 70. I assume Metro Prime 4 Beyond will be 60 on Switch, 70 on Switch 2 because of the Switch 2 edition. And that's pretty much it. Shout out to Skysword Alyssa, been a member for 16 straight months. I appreciate you. And I also wonder, maybe that's one reason why we haven't seen 3D Mario yet, right? If they do have these $80 releases, they don't want to have them coming out in quick succession. They want them to be like, 1 or 2 per year, right? At least divided by 6 months, maybe, right? So 3D Mario's coming out, so let's say March 2026. That that would be 9 months removed from Mario Kart World. And I think the idea is if they're gonna have an $80 game, it better be something that once they show it off fully, it's gonna completely blow our socks off, and we're like, oh, we need this, right? So imagine. Like, yeah, I think most Nintendo games are going to be 70. I think Luigi's Mansion 4 actually would be 70, Kieran. I think the same for Splatoon. But 3D Mario and Zelda are on another level. So that's what I think. And so there may end up only being like 4 or 5 Switch 2 games that end up being $80 from Nintendo. I mean, we'll see, right? Like, we'll see how things shake out. It's a tough call at this point. When we see things like Donkey Kong Bonanza, which appear to have been made by the 3D Mario team, that being priced at 70, that has me thinking that most big Nintendo games are going to be 70, and the 80 is a very rare price point. So, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be... Yeah, I would hope not. Anyway, playing through this again. Paladin. The new cards are probably more expensive because of the faster speeds. Examples being the price increase on microSD Express. That's a good point, Paladin, actually. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I mean, so I guess the cartridges are more expensive. That does make sense. They should be faster. And I know in theory, I mean, I think there was technically possible 64GB cartridges on Switch 1, but I don't think I ever went with it. And those exist on Switch 2 as well. So speed and capacity are larger. Now, I think there's a couple different like cartridge sizes for Switch 2, so they don't have to go for 64. But even still, like they do overall are using bigger cartridges because games have become bigger. They take up more space, so those cartridges are more expensive, and they're faster as well because you want faster loading, things of that nature. That costs money too. What I did want to say about the Zelda thing, like I feel like when we see Zelda for Switch 2, we're gonna be like, give me my money. Oh, $80? Here's $160. Raise the price. That's gonna be kind of like, yeah, I think people will be less pissed by that point because it'll be a couple of years in the Switch 2, right? But we're gonna see the gamer be like, give me my money. We're not Nintendo's gonna be like, hey, we'll take your money, and Nintendo's like, and we'll be like, hey, here's my wallet and my purse and my house. Hey, yeah, I think it's just gonna be kind of crazy, bro. I'm getting a little happier now every time I look down at the dropped frames percentage, right? So at first it was like at 5 or 6. Now as the stream has gone on, it's dropped. We were at 2% a few minutes ago. Now we're at 1.5. So to me that says, hey, stream's going, frames aren't dropping, we're good. Although we did drop down to 59 FPS for a moment there, as opposed to 60, but 59 is not the end of the world. That's an okay frame. And if you're gonna drop one frame at 60 FPS, I think we'll be okay. Yeah. Alyssa, yeah, I fully expect $80 for Zelda, and I agree. We won't give a crap. We will floor and pay whatever. Zelda fans can be crazy. I mean, there was definitely a lot of conversation when Tears of the Kingdom was $70. There was a little bit of the energy we got going on right now. Not to the same level, but there was a little bit of that. And yet the game still sold 20+ million. Now, I think a good question to ask is, if the game was 60, would it have sold 30 million? It's kind of hard to say for sure. Did Tears of the Kingdom ever really have a chance to catch the sales of Breath of the Wild? I definitely argued it had a chance, right? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I didn't. I did. However, you know, I think you can make a good argument that, you know, Tears of the Kingdom just doesn't feel different enough from Breath of the Wild. Making the choice to have the game play in the same map. And yeah, I know they added the caves, you have the depths, you have the Sky Islands. And I'm not here trying to say Tears of the Kingdom isn't amazing. It is. Tears of the Kingdom is amazing. It so is. But I think a valid critique is, yeah, you know, if you played Breath of the Wild, this experience might not feel as fresh because you're playing through the same map that's been changed. I kind of would have preferred the map to have changed more dramatically, I guess is what I'm personally saying. And I would have wanted more. There's a lot of things that don't feel like they have as much flavor or uniqueness to them. Is that a giant moose? That's a giant moose. I'm sorry, that's the ADHD. That's a giant freaking moose. Look at that legendary beast over there. Look at that beast. I'm sorry. In real life, I tried to like find a moose in Maine. I went to Maine like years ago. At this point, I wanted to find a moose by myself. I didn't want like a help. I didn't want a tour guide. I wanted to fight by myself, without any real knowledge on how to find one. I found moose tracks and moose poop, but I didn't find a real moose, which is probably for the better, because if I ran into a moose, I might be in danger. Although the female mooses apparently in the area were very friendly. Almo, the wow factor was also gone, Andres. Felt more like a big DLC. This would be going back to the conversation on Tears. Yeah. Now, from a content perspective, Tears of the Kingdom is huge, right? It's a magnificent, ginormous, huge game. Oh, there's another moose! Bro, every time I just get distracted by the moose. There it is. There's that beauty. Man. There it is. Look at him. Look at him. Look how glorious he is. Love it. I had not seen the moose before. So that's cool stuff. Man, I just can't wait to get my hands on this game. I cannot wait. How close are we, by the way? I can't see my clock from like this. Oh, we still got time. The moose is loose, Fonto. That is so true. So Mario Kart's in Canada. Or Maine. Canada's colder, so. Yeah, moose are crazy creatures. And they're real. They're real living giant creatures. Like, they can stand so tall. Man, this game's beautiful. So another neat thing I'm wondering about. This is an open world game, and we're seeing 2 players. Can you play 4-player split screen in free roam, open world at 60 FPS? Because if you can do that, if you can do 4-player split screen, open world, 60 FPS, that's going to be kind of insane. Because reminder, a lot of games don't even do split screen anymore because you do have to take frame rate into account, and a lot of games it's just too much work to find a way to make the game work at a lower frame rate or to find a way to maintain the frame rate with split screen. Mario Kart, Smash Brothers maintain frame rate. I think Mario Kart 8 at 4 players went down to 30, at least on Wii U. I don't remember if it stayed at 60 on Switch. But man, can Switch 2 handle 4-player split screen at 60 FPS? That would be crazy. Maybe I'm asking for too much. It looks like this is 2-player split screen here, right? And so, let's see. Alright, so at least 2 players, I'm telling you right now, because I'm going frame by frame. This is a 60 FPS stream. See, if you see here, right, it should say 60. But it doesn't not. It's like, does that cut off? Can you not see that part? You guys can't see that part, can you? Huh. That is so weird. Oh, I know why. Alright, because the way I have it set up, because I'm using like a 1440p monitor, so the dimensions actually have, like, I could do this for a second here. No, I just had it cut off. Take my word for it. It's a 60 FPS stream. I promise. Anyway, point is, when I go frame by frame, that it is 60 FPS. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Because there is, go to Nintendo of America. I think they had a 4-player split screen game. No, actually, you know what? No, they didn't. They never showed 4-player split screen. What they had was this. And so that's through game chat. These are 2 separate Switch 2s, but they're playing on 2 screens. So if you look carefully here, yeah, so still 60 FPS here, but this is not 4-player. I was hoping it was 4-player. It's not 4. I mean, it is 4-player, but it's across 2 systems. So we do not have confirmation of 4-player. Yeah, 4-player 60 FPS. Has this? Uh-oh, this is opened up. That's crazy. Well, let's get live. This looks like it's lagging a little bit. I think it might. I think. How many people are trying to watch? I don't know. All right, this is being a little wild. All right, I think we're. There we go. There we go. It's normal now. Very good. Steven Guy. So, if the intermission setting for not doing the in-between tracks, is the intermission setting for not doing the in-between tracks? I believe that's what it is. Yeah, so we've seen that there's an intermission option in the when you're doing the versus race settings. I believe intermission would be to turn off the Grand Prix, the modern world Grand Prix setup. I believe. I guess the question is, what else would intermission be for? Would it be for turning off the victory screen? Because we've seen during the Grand Prix, I mean, here I am. We could take a look at how the Grand Prix work real quick. We have some time. Taking a look at how the Grand Prix work. So, okay, he's in lap 2 or 3. Let's go toward closer to the end. All right, lap 3. All right, so he should be getting close to the end here. Yeah, what else would intermissions be, right? So what I'm going to try and do is get to the end of this race here. I believe that's the finish line right there. So this is a Grand Prix, right? Ends the race. Like, can intermission possibly just be this victory celebration? No, because you still got to show the point totals, right? Like a normal Grand Prix would always have this. I think it'd be very weird if intermission just meant cut this part out. I mean, it's possible this is what they meant. This doesn't feel like an intermission though, right? Then I have to click next race. There is loading to be done. The game is loading here. Make no mistake. It's fast, but it is loading. If intermissions was just cutting out the victory screen, I mean, that would be neat, actually. If there's no loading in between, just keep going. And you just see like a notification of, oh, you got 15 points. Like, that would be neat. But, that would be even less like prior Grand Prix, right? There would be fully seamless. I mean, I think there is value to having like that little break between Grand Prix, although a little break between races is an intermission. So maybe that is what it is. Which, yeah, would be cool if we can cut out the victory screen. But that wouldn't be what we kind of really want, right? Like, I love this, but I do want the ability to be able to race these other tracks 3 laps each. Like, I like being able to do more than 1 lap, because sometimes, you know, you go through a track, you do 1 lap, you're like, oh, okay, that was neat, but I want, you know, I think my second or third go around I could do this track better, you know, in a race. So I want both. We are spending $80 for it, so, you know, I feel like this is ever a time to be like, hey, this game should have this. I mean, yeah, it should have this. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was thinking the intermissions meant that we'd be able to play Grand Prix normal. Also, I believe like some Treehouse members did suggest that there is a way to play the races normally. So it is kind of where I lean towards. But I do think about it technically, right? Cutting out an intermission means cutting out a break, right? So the breaks between races in a Grand Prix are the victory screen, basically. Of course, we do see them separately load in. I think that is something that, like, literally is on purpose, right? To get the game working correctly also. So to say they would just cut that out, that seems unrealistic as well. So ultimately, I'm going to say that the intermissions option is about turning races into normal classic Grand Prix as opposed to modern Grand Prix. But we'll see. He moved a sign. I'm probably way ahead. But it is interesting every time excuse me. I still have a little bit of sickness in me. It's not even really sickness, it's just like congestion. Like, I feel alright. Alright. And it feels worse in the mornings. Yeah, we're close. 5 minutes before showtime. Karen, Andres, how long do you think it will take for people to walk into a store and easily buy a Switch 2? How long? That's gonna depend. I heard that GameStops have 100. Will get 100 Switch 2s each, which I think is a lot. I mean, it's gonna vary. I do feel like if you are committed to getting a Switch 2, you should be able to get a Switch 2. Like, maybe the first store you go to might be out. Maybe the line might be too long. Go to the second one or third one. I don't think... If you're only going to go to one store and you don't go early, maybe then you won't get a Switch 2, right? But if you go early, I feel like you should be able to get a Switch 2 and on your first try. And if not, go to the next second or third store in your area or look online. If you're ready early, I think you probably shouldn't be too concerned about getting a Switch 2. That's just my guess, right? Because I know it seems like Nintendo is preparing a lot more like stock than ever before. So, and I mean, also the system and the game are more expensive, right? So you would think that might quell sales a little, although based on what we've been hearing for pre-order sales, not really. People are really excited for this thing. So whatever people are saying online, at least based off pre-orders in certain regions, there's no real negative signs currently of sales. Of course, at launch, almost everything sells. So, because you're always going to have those few million of hardcores that will get whatever, like us. A lot of us, at least. Man, looking at Metal Kong there. Let's go back a little bit, because we were talking about a sign that broke. Yeah, I mean, the environments are destructible. And there's actually something else I do want to point out from this track. I think it was from this track, right? I think there's a transformation that happens at some point. I could be wrong. Maybe it was earlier. It probably was earlier, actually. Oh yeah, because this is already Spaceport. Right, because we have the costume here. I've noticed characters stick out their hands when they're grinding on rails like this. I saw Donkey Kong do it earlier too. Yeah, Garments, man. I doubt Prime 4 will be $80. It'll be $70 on Switch 2, $60 on Switch 1. That's what I think. I think that's a pretty safe assumption. Yeah, you see how he stuck his hand out when he was drifting or like grinding. Drift grinding. Yeah, so you can bump signs. That's probably what we were talking about earlier, right? But something else I want to point out here. So notice he's wearing a costume now, right? That costume's going to go away. Skip ahead a little bit. Although, we should probably hurry up because we got about 60 seconds, 90 seconds before the show starts. So pay attention here real quick. He's got his costume on. And this is going to disappear. Yeah. This is going to disappear in the next race. So you'll see that he's going to do like a whole... Alright, it's right here. Notice this. See how he freaks out? He lost his costume. That happens whenever you start a race and you lose your costume. It's going to happen between races. So you don't keep the costume for the whole race, right? Like when you get the food bag, that's a temporary thing. But I do think that if you don't have it yet, you will unlock it and you can pick it later on to have it for the whole race. As you see there, you saw like maybe Rosalina with a costume from the beginning of the race without having gotten a food bag yet. But anyways, let's put this up. The show is about to start. We're live. Audio's on. That's usually the appropriate audio level. Here we are. It's go time. Are you all ready? I'm ready. I'm excited. I can't wait. This is going to be crazy. I'm actually moving the chat a little bit to the side here so I can see you guys while watching the show. Interesting. That's fine. Oh, yeah, it's starting. It's starting. Oh, oh! Oh, boy. Whoa, I haven't saw. Whoa, dude.
Start your engines.
Oh, man.
Welcome to the Mario Kart World game. Available exclusively
so beautiful.
on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. What kind of races await you?
Oh, no.
In Mario Kart World, you'll aim for first place
Love the
in
music.
each Grand Prix. But why stop there? Across cities, plains, a desert,
Oh,
and even the ocean,
I got so much
you
fun,
can
bro.
drive virtually everywhere in this fully interconnected world.
Right?
Races are held on courses scattered throughout
Look at
various
those
regions
trees,
that
dude.
span this world, and you can freely drive between them.
Look at the P-switch.
There's a lot in store, and we're only at the starting line. Let's introduce some of the courses that are waiting for you.
Let's go!
Here we go!
Courses.
Courses are found throughout the world, inspired by their surrounding region. Let's take a look at some of the new courses to
Man.
explore. Ride the ridges and roads on Mario
Bros.
Circuit,
Circuits.
and cruise the curves around the canyon. You can't miss it. See the sights and structures of Crown City. You can even soar in style down Main Street. Drift along the rapid waterways of Salty Speedway and make a splash around the city's canals. Stay cool in the snowy trails of Starview Peak. Just don't slip off while soaking up the scenery. Have a spirited showing at the ghostly movie theater Boo Cinema. It's a whole new kind of drive-in theater.
Wow.
And in addition to lots of new courses, there's Toad's Factory,
What a comeback.
Peach Beach, Wario Shipyard,
They
and more.
They feel completely new to me.
Nostalgic courses from past titles are also here, but now they're reimagined and spread throughout the world, where races can happen during the day or at night.
I count all the tracks. It's the same.
Race as familiar characters like Mario,
What?
Luigi,
Luigi?
Peach,
Peach?
Bowser,
Bowser?
and Yoshi.
Oh, it's Yoshi. Who knew?
New drivers like Goomba,
Goomba.
Spike, and that's right, Cow.
Holy cow. It's
Even more
Cal.
New racers are waiting and ready to roll. Select your character. Choose your vehicle. Then you're off to the races. Characters and vehicles each have different stats, so make sure to find the combo that best suits you. There are
Sorry.
two main styles of race revving up in this world: Grand Prix and Knockout Tour. In both modes, up to 24
Okay.
drivers can participate, the most in series history.
Sorry.
Your rivals
I was trying to
are the only
get
hazards
rid of
you'll
that
need
thing
to
in the
avoid on
bottom.
the road. Look out for cars that shoot bullet bills, attacks from Hammer Brothers,
There
and
we go.
other obstacles along the way. Try to steer clear. And now, get ready for Grand Prix with Mushroom Cup, Flower Cup, Star Cup, and more. Grand Prix races are held all around the game's world. You'll race through 4 different
Right.
courses in each cup and aim for the top spot. In Mushroom Cup, you'll start off racing around Mario Brothers Circuit. While the second race will take you from Mario Brothers Circuit to Crown City.
It's all
For the
stuff we know
first
so far.
time, you'll need to drive yourself to the next
There's a lot of
course
beautiful
in
gameplay.
Grand Prix. So don't sleep at the wheel.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
And
whoa.
if you conquer
Look at that
all
cutscene.
Grand Prix cups, rumor has it that a certain colorful course will appear.
Rainbow Road teased.
Next up is
So
a
that
new
just
mode,
means you'll unlock Special
Knockout
Cup.
Tour. From Golden Rally to Ice Rally and more. These extended races take you from one end of the world to the other. Get ready for a sprint. But you've got to place if you want to stay in the race. Speed towards checkpoints.
So they confirmed
throughout
Rainbow
the
Road,
world.
basically.
If you don't make the cut, you're out of the running. Buckle up. The competition gets more intense as you close in on the checkpoints.
That's a beautiful bullet bill.
You've got to drive to survive in Knockout Tour. So keep your eyes on the prize and aim for first place.
Yeah. Items. We learn anything new?
Items can drastically change the outcome of a race.
And we've analyzed all this.
Here are some new items that'll help you out. Coin shell.
You
When
bought that
you
one?
throw a coin shell, coins will appear. Now's your chance to grab them. Just don't let your rivals cash in
A
first.
lot of ways to get coins in this game.
Ice flower. With the
What are
ice
they
flower,
for?
you can freeze out rivals and send them spinning. Hammer.
Briefly.
Aim the hammer in an arc and nailed it. Hammers also stay on the course for a short time and can be
Very
used
short.
to block off rivals. Mega Mushroom. With the Mega
It's
Mushroom,
mega.
go big so your rivals will go home.
Yeah.
Feather. Use
Yeah,
the
I
feather
want
to jump up and
to hear
avoid
more about new
attacks.
stuff. I love that you can use a feather during real races now.
You may
Not just
even
battle.
discover some unexpected routes.
I think you use a feather to dodge a blue shell.
With
Oh,
Comics magic, your rivals will transform.
and
What other mysterious effects will happen?
yep.
You'll have to see for yourself. The lower your placement, the more likely you are to find items that'll turn the tables. So when you get items, go for it.
Bolted.
And if you're new to the Mario Kart series, there are added support features to help you along the way. These include
Oh!
smart steering, which helps you stay on the course.
All right. The reason I'm freaking out.
Tilt controls, where you can hold
Smart
the Joy-Con
steering
2 controller
was
horizontally
off
and
to
use
start.
motion controls to steer.
As long as the
if you
default
have the
is
Joy-Con
off
2
at
wheel,
first,
you can
that
feel
means this
like you're
game is
really
way better than
driving.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because they made that the default smart steering, which is the worst thing they could have ever done. Options are great,
How
just
about a
don't
quick
default
break?
the casual
A snack
nonsense.
sounds good right about now. Hey, look, it's a drive-through. Here at Yoshi's, you can grab an order to go.
I love the music.
Dash food. Take a bite and
Exclamation point.
you can unlock outfits inspired by your
See,
meal.
you unlock.
Eat some sushi and
What? She has
Whoa,
3.
Nice threads. Once unlocked, these outfits can be selected from the character selection
Right, this
screen.
is what I thought.
Who knows what dishes or
But
outfits
you
you'll
can get
find.
3 though.
Make a
I haven't
pit
seen
stop
3 at
and
a
check
time.
out
That's
these
crazy.
drive-thrus all around the world.
I'm
That was a
hungry
nice
now.
detour.
I've
Now
been
let's
hungry
get
actually.
Back to the action.
All right, show me something I haven't figured out yet.
Let's introduce some new tricks that'll help you ace each race.
Oh, new tricks as in more than one trick.
Charge jump. You can now
What?
use a charge jump By holding the drift button while driving straight ahead, charge and release to
What?
use this to leap over obstacles.
Yo!
Grind along power lines, and dodge attacks from your rivals.
Oh!
And if you
This
jump
is
off
huge!
the wall, you can wall ride for a short period of time.
Options, bro! What? What? That was crazy!
Chain some tricks together, and you may even reach places like this. So close. Almost there.
But what are you teasing?
Whenever
What are you
this
teasing?
happens, be kind and rewind.
What? You can rewind?
This will return your vehicle to its original position.
You can rewind?
Nice, made it.
That's
This can come in handy when mapping out how to best approach a course.
in single player, I assume.
Keep in mind, though, your rivals will still move normally when you rewind, so don't lose your lead.
Oh! Alright, so you can rewind whenever, but obviously you don't want to. Hey! More modes! Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
In time trials, it's you against the clock.
What's that other mode we saw?
Here you can race without any other competitors. And if you go online, you can download and compete against ghost data from racers around the world.
This just looks like a closed off track.
Customize the rules of the road in Versus Race. You can use the classic rule set of running 3 laps within the same course.
Yes!
Or
Confirmed!
you can choose to drive the distance from one course to another.
During time trial. Oh, this is verse.
You
No,
can
this is
even
verse
take the
race.
road less
This is verse
traveled
race.
and choose routes that aren't in Grand Prix or Knockout Tour.
Oh. Oh.
Up to 24 drivers can now compete in 2, 3, or even 4 teams. Group up and get ready to put the pedal to
Okay.
the metal.
I'm very curious about creating custom routes there. That's interesting.
Next up, Battle Mode. Pop off locally or online in Balloon Battle. Use items to burst your rivals' balloons.
Balloon Battle.
Pop them all and your
Oh,
rivals
oh,
out.
they just have arenas.
And Coin Runners, where you can go for the gold by collecting the most coins.
These are just.
Race or battle, enjoy whatever drives you.
They just added arenas. Wow. Okay, so they just added arenas for battle mode. That's it.
When you're
not
not
in the open
racing,
world.
you
That's
can
all that's
enjoy
wrong.
free roam and go wherever your heart takes you. No roads? No problem. Ride the rivers. See the seas. Drive the desert.
Ooh, look at the elephant.
Or jump off from way up here.
Wow.
You can go wherever you like, even to the edges of the world.
All right, what's at the edge of the world?
Hey, there's a peace switch
Oh,
over
here
there.
we go. Here we go. Collect blue coins. I told you.
Hit hundreds of P-switches you find across the world to start missions.
Missions.
By completing them, you can hone your driving ability outside of races. There are also
Wow.
hidden coins
It's collectible. And
hidden panels, and more. So take the scenic
What does the
route
panel
and
do?
explore.
and more. They said and
Also,
more.
During free roam, you can take photos whenever you like. Strike a pose. Look at the camera. Choose a frame to decorate, and nice. That one's a winner.
Sure. That one was. That one is. Fun with everyone.
If one person has Mario Kart World, up to 4 players
I think
can
this is
race
30.
in split screen on the same system.
I'll have to analyze this later.
The game also supports local wireless play. Up to 8 players, with up to 2 players on each system, can race together this way.
Okay.
And up to 24 players from around the world can join a race or battle in online play. This may look like free roam, but this is where you'll wait while your friends join you. Looks like someone's arrived. Yep, you can meet up with your crew anywhere in this world. By checking the map, you can quickly see where your friends are and travel to their location.
Okay. Online play is gonna be wild, Lethal Love. That is true.
Battle or race with custom rules. Or just go for a ride together. Make this road trip your own. You can also take photos together along
really
the way,
cool.
if that's more your speed.
It's just a reference.
With Game Chat, enjoy an
Really want
expanded
to
experience
shove that
by
in,
talking
right?
online with friends.
Game Chat.
Use the built-in microphone
Right.
to voice chat while driving together.
Yeah, let's
The
go.
hopping
Let's
is
go.
cute, though.
Let's go. Check this out. Nice. Are you kidding me? All right.
Or take a back seat and watch each other's game screens. If you have a Nintendo Switch 2 camera, you can enjoy seeing your friends' reactions while playing together. Who's
I mean,
close by?
that is kind of neat. Even though I hate it.
Wait, who just passed me? You'll be able to tell in an instant. Aim a shell and bullseye.
It's actually kind of like
And
using a
when playing
feature
together
from
in person on the
Mario
same
Kart
system,
Arcade GP,
a
where you
single
take camera
camera
of your
can
face.
detect up to 4 people's faces. Enjoy the view and get ready to face off with your friends.
Kind of neat. Okay, I kind of like it, even though I don't want to use it ever. All right, I need a little bit more. Is that? There's no way that's it. Is that it?
A transcontinental race around the world is just around the corner in Mario Kart World.
That was a direct.
Available exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. A hardware bundle that includes a digital version of Mario Kart World will also be available.
So that was it. That was it. That was it. Yeah, Alma, I agree with you. This is more of a recap than a direct. Like there were a couple little things I was like, oh, okay, cool. I do not think they did much to I mean, listen, the game's still gonna be freaking great, but I don't think the direct really did much. Yeah, I mean, I think we're all on the same page. Yeah, like I think the game's gonna be amazing, right? Like to be clear, I think the game's gonna be amazing. I'm super excited for it. It's gonna be an amazing, great, fun time. But I don't think the direct really did much in terms of, you know, being like, oh, see, this is insane, right? Yeah. Steven Guy, what questions do you got? And so we do have battle mode, you know, that's kind of like it's not within the open world, it's just new arenas, which is cool. You know, I'm glad battle mode's there. But yeah. Yeah. It's just it be what it be. Putting up the chat here so I can read it. DRR Toki, man, Nintendo continues to make choices. Yeah, this was a choice. Yeah, so just because they didn't tell us that the 200cc is in the game doesn't mean it's not in the game. They didn't say mirror is in the game either. But that doesn't mean mirror is not in the game. Like, there are going to be things. They're not going to tell us literally everything. They never would. Of course, I would have wanted confirmation of those things. Definitely. I want that. I like what they're doing with the trick system. The trick system is even more involved than I thought. That's awesome. No mention of boss fights or anything like that. They did confirm the blue coin thing, which was expected, right? Garvin's been flying a helicopter confirmed. Actually, interesting point there. I don't know where that part of the scene
Don't
was.
slip off while...
If you could tell me, that'd be great. I do want to see at least if there is whatchamacallit. They show split screen multiplayer for a little bit, and I want to see if that is running at 60 FPS or 30. Now, this is a live stream, so the quality is not as good as if I watched like the direct, like the video they'll drop in a moment. See if we can find that here.
Hold the Joy-Con 2.
All right, I don't even remember the motion control part. Here they're talking about costumes. Here they're talking about the new trick system, which I thought was very exciting. The rewind feature was actually a surprise. That's kind of crazy, actually, that you can do that. It's like an NSO game, except it's not. Loads of modes. Time trials versus and battle. So the same modes you've always had. So I'm waiting for the split screen segment. Okay. Actually, there is something that they say here that I want to kind of listen to.
You can use the classic rule set of running 3 laps within the same course.
That's important.
Or you can choose to drive the distance from one course to another. You can even take the road less traveled and choose routes that aren't in Grand Prix or Knockout Tour.
So that part's interesting, that you can choose routes that aren't in the Grand Prix or Knockout Tour. So I do find that interesting.
Up to 24 drivers can now compete in 2, 3, or even 4 teams. Group up and get ready to put the pedal to the metal. Next up, battle mode. Pop them all and your rivals out.
Balloon battle's cool.
And coin runners, where you can go for the gold by collecting the most coins. Race or battle, enjoy whatever drives you.
Did they show a split screen here?
When you're not racing,
or was that earlier?
You can enjoy free roam and go wherever your heart takes you.
I think it was right before wireless
Drive
play.
from way up here. World.
What's
Hit
the reward?
hundreds of P-switches you find across the world to start missions. By completing them, you can hone your driving ability.
Oh, wait.
outside of-
Hold on a second. All right. So it's actually important. So the P switches aren't just blue coins. They're just different missions.
By
And
completing
so
them, you can hone your driving
like
ability
that part's not
outside of
a
races.
blue coin challenge.
There are also hidden coins.
So it's not just blue coin stuff. It's just missions. Different kind of
hidden
missions.
panels, and more. So take the scenic route and explore.
and more.
Also,
All right. So the
decorate and
missions is gonna be cool.
nice. That one's a winner.
Fun with everyone. Here we go.
If one
All right. So it's 30 FPS. So I just moved 3 frames. It only moved twice. So when I go here, because you see the little circle, right? Did not move. Moved. Watch that. Did not move. So I can confirm to you that for split screen in open world environment, it will be 30 FPS, which of course makes sense. So yeah, I was hoping, but no. It's 30 FPS in 4-player split screen, which, to be honest with you, that's expected. But still, I mean, and if for 2 players it's 60, it's, you know, considering the size of the environment and how good it looks, I think that's okay. Yeah. I think that's all I have to say. Yeah. Pretty much. That's it. The RSN Tube. Thunderstats Gaming just mentioned how the game will be transcontinental. That hints to future DLC. That's a theory, right? I think that, yeah, that makes sense. That's the best way to go about it. So yeah, I mean, I've been talking about this, that there would be that, yeah, if there's DLC, that would be like, yeah, via an expansion pass, right? And then how they do is, yeah, there's a whole other section of the game that you can explore because they want to continue that open gameplay. Will require other contents. Yeah, like that's, yeah, I agree. That's what makes the most sense. But via DLC, the 30 tracks we have are the 30 tracks we have. Alma, the Metroid Prime 5 rumor dropping in 2027. This would be a rumor from a couple months ago. Unless it's like a new one. But yeah, I heard that. We talked about it on the channel. Unless there's a new one. If there's a new one, then I haven't seen it. Is it coming from Nash Weedle or is it coming from something else? I do think that Retro Studios probably feels like they got something special here, and I would love for them to just continue doing more. Yeah, and a ground up Prime 5 for Switch 2 would be even crazier. I'd be so ready for that. Yeah, I mean, that would just be a glorious. Yeah. Amazing. You saw it on Reddit this morning. It's probably been shared around a little bit. Gaming leaks and rumors. It's probably I want to say this has been something that's been going around for a while, and it maybe just got to there, but it's been a thing since before the Direct, the Switch 2 Direct. Let's see. Gaming leaks and rumors. Prime 5. Let's see what comes up. Yeah, this is old information. Unless he talked about it again. I think, okay, so it seems like he talked about it again. So he has his own website, right? And on the website, what did he say? A while ago, I commented the Metroid Prime 4 is being developed in parallel to Metroid Prime 4. It seems to be progressing at a good pace and will be released for Switch 2 in 2027. There's been a debate that this is not possible. People forget that this already happened with the second and third titles of the game, where there was parallel development. Metroid Prime 2 was released for GameCube system in November 2004. And that is possible. It's possible that they had a framework for Prime 4 already completed, and so they're part of Retro Studios is polishing that game up, but they are also getting started on Prime 5. That is possible. So we'll see, right? Like, you know, if Prime 4 comes out I mean, 2 years would be a very, very quick turnaround. So I don't believe it'll be out in 2027. But if it is, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. That'd be amazing. Yeah. So it seems like he just posted about it again. Although looking at this, the date of the article here, it's from 2 months ago. So yeah, I think this is just, it's been shared around. So it's not really new information. But still, yeah, I think, yeah, Prime 5's coming. I'd love, let's get Prime 4 first, right? But yeah, I would love to see them work on Prime 5. And well, I think 2027 would be too fast. 2028, if what he's saying is true, seems conceivable to me. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, this is cool stuff. I am going to get some breakfast, chill for a little bit, analyze the direct, and I will tell you, we are going to have a very interesting live stream discussion tonight. Because sure, we're going to talk about the Kart World Direct. We will. But we're also going to talk about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I got a special guest. A lot of you may be very interested to hear from the special guest because they have a history of speaking to different Retro Studios developers. So I think their opinion will be really fun. So tune in for that. It'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. So, like 10.5 hours from now or something. And there might be some Zelda stuff to talk about there too. So it's going to be an interesting live stream. So stay tuned for that. But until then, stay tuned for that Mario Kart Direct analysis. I see what you guys who you guys are suggesting in the chat. That may be the case. We'll see what happens. That's the plan. So we'll see. But yeah. Anyways, I will see you all really soon. Take care.